I had the worst showing and maybe the worst client interaction I've had in my entire life. In fact, I just got done speaking to a high school class as a guest speaker, not about this specifically, but I did tell everybody because, well, it's ridiculous. So here is the story that happened 2 days ago of my worst client experience, aka just worst showing. Make me a deal. If you get any value or information out of today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. My name is Grayson Roberts, owner and realtor with Boss Properties. Now, don't skip ahead because today's video is sponsored by, once again, Webull, and they're going to pay you to sign up. All you got to do is click the link in my description, create an account, fund that account with as little as 1 cent. Webull, the free online stock brokerage, will then put those stocks in your account. You can sell by the dip, make more money, or cash them out in your bank account because inflation sucks. Webull is the perfect app to help people master their money. There's no subscription fees. There's no commission fees. The app doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely fee-free. So they're going to do nothing but provide you value and about $20, $30 in cash in your pocket. Not in cash, but in stocks that you can sell and then turn them into cash if you want. Okay, so there is a lake about 30 minutes south of me called Table Rock Lake, and it's probably similar to where you guys are if you have a lake around you, but the roads around Table Rock Lake are extraordinarily treacherous, windy, steep, and really kind of white-knuckle driving if you're not used to it. And even though you're viewing one property on this side of the lake and it's only a couple miles as the crow flies to the other property across the lake, it could take 45 minutes just to get around there because of, well, it's a lake and you can't drive on water as far as I know. So we have these clients coming, or I have these clients coming in from out of town, and they're staying at this really high-end luxury resort, and they're older folks. So I drive down there and it's on the lake and I go pick them up. Well, they're from out of town and they're one of my YouTube leads. And well, I'm older folks, bad roads, they can come with me. So I met them and they hopped in my car and off we go for a whole day of viewing high-end lake homes. So it should be a great day. And I'm very excited because, well, these clients are very nice and they have a lot of money and it's just a great time, great vibe. And I'm excited to be able to find them their dream home. So we start driving and it all kind of starts. My bad day starts when I first pull into Big Cedar. I pull in and I see 3 miles. There's a sign that says 3 miles to the resort after the entrance. And I'm looking at the resort and it's way down there, which means I have to go down really, really windy, barely 2-lane roads to get there. Instantly, my anxiety kicks in. I'm thinking, what if I throw up in front of these clients? Because I get car sick. That's what happens to me. So I was like, you know what, that probably won't happen, but if you know how anxiety works, that thought stayed in the back of my head, so the snowball started right then. Well, 5 minutes later, when I get down to probably about 2/3 of this treacherous trip down to Big Cedar to pick up my clients, I feel it. I'm feeling car sick. I'm anxious about being car sick. I'm anxious about throwing up in front of my clients. So I crawl to probably 2 miles an hour around, I wouldn't say a blind turn, but not a 20/20 vision turn either. And I go to basically a crawl. And I can't pull over. There's no shoulder and certainly no parking lots. So I'm at about 2 miles an hour, hazard lights on, drive heaving out my window. So then I'm like, you know what? Nothing's coming out. I'm good. I'm not going to get car sick. I'm not going to throw up. So I go down, I pick them up, and I use the restroom, and we get on our way. A couple hours later, after about 3 properties, and there were 6 properties that we were going to see that day, we just kind of went down, and as long as the 3 hours went and the 3 properties, I progressively started getting more and more sick to my stomach. And I'm kind of dropping hints about 10 minutes up to what's about to happen, because I just kind of wanted to plant that seed, like, hey, new clients, new big budget clients. Hey, I might throw up in front of you. I might fucking throw up right now. I might throw up out my window. So I'm kind of like cracking jokes saying, oh man, those windy roads kind of got me a little bit. So I'm trying to play it off and plant that seed in their brain that their sharply dressed realtor driving them around in his Mercedes might throw up like a little baby in the backseat of a car on a road trip. So I pull into this gas station because we all got to leak our lizards, and I go in and I'm just scouring like my life depends chins on it for some Tums. And I didn't want to shoot up some Pepto-Bismol in front of him like a fucking 4-year-old. So I decided that, hey, there's no Tums here. All I got to do is find some antacid chewables. So I settle on these chewables because, well, they seem a little bit more age appropriate. Well, the second it hits my tongue, I immediately have a physical reaction. It's disgusting. So I'm like, well, the only way that I'm gonna get through this is if I just fucking swallow this chunk of goo in my mouth. So I swallow it. Most of it goes down except one chunk left in my teeth. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna need to use my tongue to remove the piece of gum out of my mouth. So I stick my tongue right in that piece of gum and I get full body chills. I'm like, well, it's not gum, it's chewables, but I get full body chills. So instantly, the door is ajar. My clients are sitting in my small Mercedes sedan, right there, and we're about to pull out, and I've got the door ajar. Not open, but not closed, just ajar. And they're talking to me about properties and, you know, what I should be very engaged in. I don't give a fuck what they're saying in this moment. All I'm focused on is that trash can about 10 meters in front of me. I am locked eyes with that bad boy. I can feel its heartbeat. It knows my thoughts. I am locked, synced in to this motherfucking trash can. And for probably a good 15 seconds, I'm just staring at it with my hand on the door. And then they ask, are you okay? I give them one look, the little side eye, if you will, the little, yeah, I'm good. And then I proceed to projectile vomit on my fucking slacks out of the side of my car. And it was violent. It wasn't like a, oh, excuse me, threw up my mouth. No, it was looking at them, giving the side eye, seeing what they're thinking, like, in my head, I'm fucking mortified. I have no idea what these people are thinking of me, and I just met them for the first time, and well, I have no idea what was going through their head. All I felt was a little pat on my back, a couple more of those, and well, I felt much better. So that was basically what happened. I didn't quite swing my head out of the door. Just keep in mind, I'm in the car. One of my hands is on the steering wheel. They are 2 feet from me in either direction, and I'm just, and it's just, there's nothing in my stomach. It's just stomach bile. It's basically like a hose. It's just going whoosh, whoosh, splashing up on my car and stuff. And it's like I'm pouring out old water. It's ridiculous. And not to mention, this is the only gas station anywhere near this massive resort. So it was full of people, but I couldn't care less. I just wanted whatever was happening to be over. So once it was over, of course I was embarrassed, and usually I'm kind of a slick guy. I'm a salesman. I can play stuff off. I didn't know what the fuck to say after doing that, and I knew that my whole car probably smelled like barf, and the older fella in the back rolled down his window. Turns out 15 minutes later, his window was still down. He didn't even know it was down, so I feel a little bit better about that. So I didn't know how to re-engage in the conversation. So the way I handled it was I remembered what they said to me before I started hurling my fucking brains out onto the middle of this busy parking lot, and I just picked up where I left off like absolutely nothing happened. Except the only difference in the fact that I just picked up on it was my volume was about twice as loud. I was scream talking for about 10 seconds, and there's nothing I could do about it. I think it was my adrenaline just surging through my body, and it all just kind of climaxed, and it was a mess out of my mouth and my body. Needless to say, I went home, took a gummy, got in the hot tub, and went to fucking bed. That's my story of my worst day in real estate, worst day in business, worst day with my clients. Anyway, they didn't end up buying either. That was the worst part. They didn't buy anything. And I texted my other buddy who's an agent in KC, and he said, came for the sale, left with barf in your pants. So there you have it. I behaved like an absolute fucking toddler in front of my clients, and threw up on my pants in front of them and didn't close the sale. Luckily, they're super sweet. I absolutely love this older couple, and we are definitely going to close a deal here soon. So luckily, I didn't lose the sale, but I very easily could have lost the sale if it was someone else that was less understanding. Anyway, guys, I hope that you don't barf profusely and violently with your clients in the car out of nowhere. Hope you had a better day than me. Get that free money with Webull, please. Please get the free money with Webull. It's the least you could do, and I'll see you guys. Hopefully, never going to make a video about this, a bad time in business again, but, well, it's probably going to happen because it's me. Anyway, I'll see you in the next one.